Hello there, welcome to Saber Joel Gaming, where we always take the high ground, and welcome back to Destiny 2, just testing the sound there, and welcome to part 4 of our Destiny 2 The Dawning series as we lead towards Christmas, and this one is Twas the Night Before Christmas Eve. Hello, Fabrizio. I apologise, by the way, guys, if it takes me a little bit to respond. I'm having to check it on my phone at the moment, so that is why. But I will keep checking in. This is going to be a short stream because I've got to be up early for work tomorrow. But after tomorrow, I will be heading off to see my family for a few days over Christmas, so I wanted to try and fit in a quick stream, really, so I can say Happy Christmas to people and all that sort of stuff. Fabrizio says, I was rewatching Drew versus Randy 2020, and now I really miss heel Randy Orton. I'm sure we'll get him back at some point. Magnificent says, what's up? Hello, dude. Well, I've just told you what's up. Probably as you were typing that. So I apologise for the repetition. Okay. Magnificent says, Saber, did you know you can check your PS5 playtime and other stuff? Do you know what? I think I did. I haven't done it for a very long time, though. Fabrizio says, do you think that Cody is facing Roman at WrestleMania or Randy faces Cody at WrestleMania? I know that both have been spoken about. I think it depends when Randy comes back. If he comes back soon, then they might do that beforehand. And yes, the playtime for the whole year. Maybe I should check that once we get to New Year's Day. Maybe I'll check me playtime and see how that is looking. Ooh, what's this? Which one? Which one's the dog one? I like the dog one, the good boy one. Okay. Now, let's do some snowball fighting. That's why we're here. Magnificent says, Saber, tell me if this is bad or good. My total playtime this whole year has been 6,019 hours. Well, it depends on what you mean by good. There's probably, if you're saying, is that like a big achievement? Well, it is in the sense of having done a lot of gaming. It depends on if there was anything else you should have been doing in that time, though. It's probably a perk to not doing too much gaming. So maybe use that as your benchmark and just make sure that by next Christmas or next New Year, you haven't gone up too much. Otherwise, you've got a problem. Fabrizio says, people crying, hugging Cena on December 13th, while Randy Orton having fun laughs in Saudi Arabia. Well, he was just doing his job. He was over there promoting the company. It's a shame he was over there given the relationship he had with Cena. However, he's out injured, so it makes sense they're going to, while they're paying him, they're going to make best use of him in a way they can. Thank you for the light, Magnificent. Magnificent says, so it's bad, you would say. I'm not saying it's bad because trying to work that out across a year, it might not actually be too bad at all. So I'm definitely not saying it's bad. I'm saying keep a hold of that number, and then next year, just check to make sure you haven't gone too much above that. Fitio says, Randy is huge, massive. It Don't know if you mean as a star or height-wise. But I suppose both are true. But yeah, this will be quite a short stream, guys, just so you know. I just wanted to fit a very quick one in, because I will be working during the day tomorrow. Then I will be going to visit my mum and my auntie for Christmas. So I won't be back until something like Monday, probably. So I want to make sure I fit in a bit of a stream. I have got a video that will go live on Christmas Day, with a little bit of a Christmas message to everyone. So please do check that out. Make sure you got notifications on and stuff, because then you will get to see that. My own little Christmas message to everyone. Video says, Austin Theory is the next young Randy Orton type heel. I can see that. He's got a very similar style to him and a similar look. With Austin Theory, it all just comes down to how well they book him. Magnificent says, my top 5 games of the year were Dead by Daylight, Skatefall, Roblox, Resident Evil Village, and World War Z. Are those the games that you played most, according to your PlayStation, you mean? Oh, it's taken a while to find a squadron of people, innit? Come on, one more person. One more person. Yes, says Magnificent. Yeah, I thought so. Obviously, a lot of them were games that weren't from this year, so I didn't think he meant they were the best games this year. So I was just checking. The big question for 2026 is, do we actually think GTA 6 will actually be released? I reckon it'll actually get put back to early 27, if I'm honest. Magnificent says, your most played game is probably WWE. Yeah, it probably is, to be fair, and most years it is. This year I just did WWE as like a Saber Duel gaming stream. Every year before that, since the stream started, I was doing my GM modes and my Rise modes and stuff. The only reason I didn't do my GM mode this year is because the format of it, the way they changed it, didn't make it very good for streaming. It was not the best format for that. Fitzy says, what if Randy Orton wins the Rumble, then Drew versus Cody at Royal Rumble? Randy Orton turns heel, cost Cody the title, Drew wins the title then. I don't think they'll do a triple threat. Control. Cody versus Drew sounds like a good match. Cody versus Roman sounds like a big match. Triple threats very rarely feel like as big of a match. They're more the match you do later down the line. Magnificent says, by the way, my most played game this entire year is Fortnite. That is fair. Right, by the way, guys, once this game starts now, I will read messages a little bit slower because I can't look at my phone as much whilst I'm in the middle of a big old snowball fight. So bear with me, guys, as I can see messages popping up, but it will take a little while for me to get round. Yeah, I think so. To expand on that, with triple threat matches, usually the best thing is when you say 2 wrestlers have fought each other a few times, then one of those wrestlers has fought another wrestler a few times, and then eventually they've all fought each other. Then they go to the triple threat. I think Drew winning the title from Cody, it works fine, but I don't think a triple threat is needed for Mania. There's exceptions. There have been some very good Mania triple threat matches, but I don't usually like triple threat matches being the main event. I like a main event should feel like a big fight feel, one-on-one match between like 2 big stars. When Edge came back and it was going to be Edge versus Roman, and then they added Daniel Bryan to it, I was fuming with that because I actually thought Edge versus Roman, 2 people that used the spear as their finisher, it writes itself. The story's right there. But then adding Daniel Bryan to it, well, he doesn't use the spear. It just muddied it. I will quickly try and read chats. Magnificent says, by the way, oh, so that one. Next year I want Resident Evil 9 to be in my top 5 and GTA somewhere in top 5. And also says, by the way, Saber, I hope you have a good Christmas. And Saber wants to know something crazy. Scream 7 and Resident Evil 9 are coming out the same day. Fabrizio said, I realize what SmackDown is missing, a legend heel superstar. So, first of all, I hope you have an amazing Christmas too. To both of you, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas. I will definitely have a lot of Resident Evil games in my most played this year and next year. Although a lot of it has actually been on the Gaming Lord's channel on his streams. I have played Resident Evil 5, 6, 2, and I think I even did a little bit on Code Veronica X this year. I'm not too sure. But yeah. As for a big legend heel on SmackDown, unfortunately, the WWE still sees Raw as its main channel, its main show, sorry. So when big legends come back, they will usually want to be on Raw. And WWE will usually want them on Raw. Very often, instead, SmackDown is the one that has a lot of the up-and-coming wrestlers. Fabrizio says, I would be mad if Cody retains at WrestleMania. Magnificent agrees. It depends. It depends what the story is, who the opponent is. Like a lot of people, myself included, were mad when Roman retained against Cody in their first match. But it was totally worth it because the follow-up was so good. It was totally worth that. So it depends on the story. Like if Cody retains by turning heel, that would be awesome. I am very excited for a Homelander version of Cody Rhodes.
Zone A lost. Your enemy has a power play. Don't let your enemy take this without a fight.
The thing is, some title reigns are going to be long, some title reigns will be short. It just depends. You know, there's no... The length of a title reign doesn't make it good or bad. It just comes down to what they do with it.
You can win a battle for territory. Again.
Magnificent said, Saber, I saw a movie today you probably won't even heard of. It's called The Housemaid. I have heard of it. I actually think it looks quite good. So I will, who knows, maybe I will probably go and try and see that one. Magnificent, Fabrizio says, yeah, I realised Roman always returns to Raw. Yes, because it's their flagship show. It's the big Monday night one. It's the longest running one. It's their main event type thing. Magnificent says, I'm very curious when Cody will turn heel. It will happen. It's just a matter of timing. You don't turn him heel while he's still making you lots of money as a babyface, but you also don't leave it so long that you're not getting the best out of him and it becomes obvious it's what you're going to do. Fabrizio says, what if they do Randy versus Punk at Mania? Drew. What if they do Randy versus CM Punk at WrestleMania? And then you've put Drew at the end. I don't know if you mean Drew as well. Randy versus Punk, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's have a little look, see what's going on here while it's loading. Ooh, we're very close to that one. Just making the cookies. 30 says, a heel Randy versus face CM Punk. Yeah, maybe. That wouldn't be bad. I personally like the idea of Orton versus Cody. But you could also, it depends what they've got, because it depends, you've got to look at all the wrestlers together and see what's the best use of each of them. Like, for example, if because one of the ideas is currently Brock versus Gunther. But say, for example, something happens and they can't do that. Gunther versus Randy Orton because would also be a good one, because you could almost have it so that Gunther is doing it so that he can become the new legend killer. Like he's competing for that title, the title of legend killer. So, yeah, just depends. Magnificent says, another game I want to play is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I've seen a trailer for that. It looks quite cool because it actually looks like a mixture of the Dark Knight movies and the Arkham Asylum games, which, by the way, well, the Arkham games. I am currently playing on my Nintendo Switch Arkham Asylum, so expect a retro review of that next year. Fabrizio says, Gunther is a big bully. I love his character now. Yeah, and that's exactly what he should be. You know, he's made everyone hate him. And that's the point. As long as we carry that momentum, then, yeah, doing good. Magnificent says, I love Gunther. He is so good. I've actually met Gunther, like, in real life, when I was at a music festival here in the UK. At that point, Gunther was wrestling in NXT UK. And NXT UK, but at this music festival. And there was a bit in between where you could meet them, and he was with all of Imperium when Imperium was in NXT UK, and there was 4 of them. And met him, shook his hand, got something signed. He was dead nice, actually, really nice guy. Usually, for someone to play such a douchebag like that in wrestling, they're usually a nice person. Fabrizio says, what if Gunther wins the Royal Rumble? I wouldn't be against that, but it would depend who the champions are. I don't want Gunther versus Cody again. There's just not. I've not got any real interest. Not as a WrestleMania match anyway. More than happy to see that match again, but not as a WrestleMania match. And if it's CM Punk as the champion, that would be interesting. But that would be the assumption. There would be that CM Punk is going to retain against Bron Breakker, and I actually like the idea of Bron Breakker winning, because Bron Breakker and CM Punk are going to fight on the season premiere of Raw on Netflix. So we'll have to see how that goes. If Bron Breakker doesn't win the title, something has to happen big. Like, I'm not saying this, but like something like Seth coming back. I don't think he will just yet. But there'd have to be a big storyline reason why Bron doesn't win the title. Damn, getting whooped in a snowball fight. Frizio says, Cody versus Gunther is a weak option. I want Roman versus Gunther. And Braun can't win the title. He's so young. I partly agree in that I don't like wrestlers winning the world title when they're so young, because It's like, then you've done it. There's nothing to work towards. So I agree from that perspective. However, the problem is if you put him in that position, then it's a bit tricky. You put him in that match after having him turn on Seth, all that momentum, and then he's just going to lose again. There needs to be something. Roman versus Gunther, fine. Not against that. However, Roman's not the champion. And who's he beaten? Do we want to see Roman just quickly come back and beat CM Punk? There's nothing to indicate that's happening. If anything, him and CM Punk, the last time they were in the ring together, shook hands and made peace. Is he going to beat Cody? Well, if he is, they're only going to do that if it's at SummerSlam or Mania. Cody and Roman are not fighting again with Cody losing the title at Rumble or Elimination Chamber. That is not going to happen. Fabrizio's apparently got an idea. I will wait and see what that idea is. And in case I didn't respond, by the way, Magnificent, I agree, I like Gunther. I think I responded, because I started a whole story about how I met him and all that stuff, so probably.
Zone A lost. You captured Zone C. Zone advantage is yours. I've seen enough. I'm calling this one.
Woohoo!
Sound tactics bring victory.
What a win. Ouch. Fabrizio says CM Punk versus Braun at Raw. Roman shows up, spears Braun Breaker. CM Punk retains. Then we set up a match for WrestleMania. Roman versus Braun Breaker. Again, I'm okay with that. Obviously, it wouldn't be for the title. But I'm not against that. That's an alright match. Okay. And it would have story. The interest for that would be if Seth comes back, and that would be that would make sense as a triple threat match: Roman versus Seth versus Braun. But that would feel like it needs a title in there as well. Maybe not. Maybe not. Fabrizio says, I mean, it's a dream match. It doesn't need a title. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It'd be a good match. Fabrizio said Gunther is about to retire Brock, AJ Styles, and Randy too. This is the thing. He's not going to retire any of them. He didn't retire John Cena, and he didn't retire Goldberg. None of them. And here's the reason. Retiring someone means that you're the reason they had to retire. All he's done is beat them. Same as what he did was no more impressive than what Dirty Dom did. Yeah, he tapped him out, so in that case it is. But from the perspective of he won a match, So he could do a retirement thing where one of them actually says, if you beat me, I'll retire. That would make it different, because then that would mean that he puts that. But I don't want him to do that to AJ. I love AJ. I want AJ to lose to someone that isn't just part of another ongoing storyline. The idea that Gunther's just going to be the only one that gets to be the last person to wrestle all these great wrestlers sounds such a waste, because it's you're putting all of that momentum just behind one person. I would actually like AJ's last match to be Finn Balor, because they've got that history together. Maybe first, AJ could be the one who retires Chris Jericho, because there's a lot of rumors that Chris Jericho might come back. They could literally fight at WrestleMania and a loser has to retire match or something. The problem is as well, if they have Gunther be the one to have the last match with Goldberg, the last match with Cena, with AJ, with Brock, and then Gunther gets an injury, or Gunther goes to AEW, they've just sunk all of that momentum and sent it somewhere else. They shouldn't do that. That would be a waste. I'll tell you another one who I'd be more than happy to be AJ's last match. Dirty Dom. AJ is very beloved, and Dirty Dom would be even more hated than he already is if he's the reason AJ had to retire. Personally, I want Dirty Dom to win the Money in the Bank briefcase next year as well. I think that would be perfect for him. And I would actually like to see Dom with a world title run at some point soon. Mind you, I suppose he's already had a top world title run with the AAA title, so... By the way, this Dawning event goes on till, I think, the 6th of January. So once Christmas is over, I will try and do more on this as well. But I will also, the day before New Year's Eve, I will be doing my Saber Duel Wrestling New Year's Evil stream. And that might end up being one of the longest wrestling streams I've done, because I've got quite a roster of matches.
2 for 1.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do
That's why
do
we have
do.
fire teams.
Will apologise, by the way. I'm not doing a lot of talking unless people actually comment first, because I do also have quite a nasty little cough. Nothing too major, but still.
Five minutes remaining.
Ooh, we're back in this. There's only 2 in it, 1 in it, 2 in it, 3 in it. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't keep checking the scores. A watch score never does its thing that you want it to. Oh, okay, we're falling behind again now. Oh, we're in the lead. Okay, come on. Let's get back in the game.
You're almost there.
Come on, guys. Come on. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
A victory well executed.
Oh. A solid win.
The Red Legion couldn't take your glory, and neither can your peers. Excellent.
Okay. I'm going to go and deliver a few of these cookies, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Oh. Another triumph completed. That's all of those ones done. So I've got these 2 to do, although they're coming along nicely. And these ones taking their time. That one's done. This one, I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. But not a problem just yet. Very close if I just get a teeny tiny bit more XP there. Right, let's head to the tower then. And check these comments. Fabrizio said, I want that prime Randy Orton who RKO's girls. I want the legend killer. Yeah, you probably won't see too much of that now. It's a different time in his life. I think you could almost do it from the perspective of killing the legend killer is what makes you the new legend killer. But it's hard to be the legend killer when you were a legend. Fabrizio said Dom is the last person to pin John Cena. Very true. You'll hate this, but Logan Paul is a future undisputed champion. I actually don't. I actually don't hate that. I don't like Logan Paul, but the reality is, whether people like it or not, he is a global sort of superstar, for lack of a better term, and he's actually very good in the ring, and he's happy to lose whenever, because he actually's put the effort into learning how to wrestle, and he hardly ever wins. So, you might have to build him up to feel credible. I think it would have to be like a Money in the Bank type situation. But yeah, Magnificent said, Saber, what's your most anticipated game of 2026? I'd say GTA 6, but I don't think that's coming out. I always look forward to the newest WWE games, but I will probably say Resident Evil 9. Fabrizio says, why so quick? It felt like a short stream. It is a short stream. I did say that at the start. I have to be up early for work tomorrow. I wasn't actually going to do one tonight, but I just wanted to do a quick one to sort of do a bit of a happy Christmas to everyone.
Yes.
Oh, I don't apparently have a cookie there. Magnificent says, are you going to stream Resident Evil 9? I don't know, is the honest truth. I generally have never streamed a Resident Evil game. I think there's with one exception before playing it. Because I like the experience of playing it, not getting into conversations with people about random things and talking about the wrestling and all that. They're the kind of things I enjoy doing on my streams. But if I'm playing a Resident Evil game for the first time, I don't want to have random conversations about other things. I want to focus on the game itself. So I won't say no. But we will see. I would probably want to play it first and then stream it. Or do a stream where I make it very clear I'm not getting into sort of lots of conversations in the comments. But then that's not me, is it? I mean, most of my streams, we just have lots of random chatting. So, yeah, we'd have to think about that one.
The infinite forest is not as infinite as they say. It has its limits. Ikora is a wonderful teacher. She speaks very highly.
Ikora sent over a new list of refits. If you have any questions.
Fabrizio said, Red Dead Redemption 3 trailer dropped. Do you know what? I've very rarely played any of the Red Dead Redemption games. I recently did a stream where I did my first time playing Red Dead Redemption 1. I had briefly played Undead Nightmare. But I think in the new year, I will probably do a stream playing Red Dead Redemption, the first one. So, yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Make us proud. Out in the world, huh?
Oh, look at the lanterns. It's very, very pretty. It's like Tangled for anyone who's seen that. I think those lanterns are in there.
Anything you need?
Oh. See, is that gonna give me... Oh! Don't know what that engram is. Let's see if it's iridescent engram. Ooh, I got an exotic emote. Very fancy pants. Now, let's see, which other ones do I still have? I'll just open these and then I will check the comments again. Magnificent said, oh, Saber. Saber, have you heard of Showplurbius? No, I have not. And Fabrizio said, did you play Bully? I've got to go. Bye. Oh, sorry if I missed you, dude. To answer your question, no. I know of the game, and then I know they changed the name to like a Latin name because there was a lot of complaints about the name of it, which, in fairness, I can understand. It's literally a game about bullying, which, you know, is not particularly great.
Residue left behind after operation. I expect...
Did I have one there? Yes.
Perhaps. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Was I supposed to get you a gift?
Now I will just check, see if I made one to give to Drifter, and then I will say my good nights and goodbyes.
Come on. Hey, kid. Looking good.
No, not got one there.
See you on your rope, brother.
So, let's see. Magnificent said, Saber, do you have any plans to watch Fallout Season 2? I absolutely do. I saw that the first episode is out at the moment. Like I've said with a lot of other things, I will probably wait until after Christmas. By then, there'll probably be a couple of episodes, and then, yes, I definitely will be watching them. I very much enjoyed the first one, so... And says, I have been starting Claire Obscure 33, the game, and it's so good. I have not heard of that. I have not heard of that one. Righty. Well, I am going to go now, guys. As I said, this was just a bit of a token stream to make sure I had the chance to say Merry Christmas. So I hope Magnificent says it won Game of the Year. Well, there you go. Go show how out of touch I am with some games. And Harley Quinn says, Merry Christmas, Saber. Cool. Merry Christmas to you too. So, bit of a generic message to everyone, guys. So, I will not be streaming again until at least Monday or Tuesday, as I will not be at home. I will be visiting family. I will still be able to see on my phone if anyone puts a comment on any of my videos. So if you want to message me or anything like that over Christmas, you know, tell me what games you've got or anything like that, please feel free to just put a comment on the video, any video, and I will see it. I will be posting a Christmas video on Christmas Day. It's already uploaded and everything, so maybe that'll be a good one. Feel free to comment on there what you got for Christmas. I will try and reply, and we'll have a nice little Christmas chat. Magnificent says, but sadly it's not a Game of the Year anymore because of AI. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of AI being used in games, if I'm honest, so I can't disagree with that. But yes, that video will be out, and I will stream again after Christmas. But until then, guys, I just want to say, first of all, thank you very much to everyone who's been a part of any of these streams all year long. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. It's always makes these streams so much more fun, enjoyable, tolerable, depending on how tired I am. So yes, I appreciate that. Thank you to anyone who puts likes on them, to anyone who watches my videos, my shorts, comments and all that sort of stuff. Amazing. So thank you very much. I definitely hope to see plenty more of you next year. Although I will be doing a stream before New Year's, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. I hope everyone has an amazing, amazing Christmas. Hope you get all the stuff you want. I hope you get to spend time with your family, friends, have nice food, all the good and important stuff. Be safe, be happy, try and, be nice to everybody. I know it can get a little bit hectic over Christmas, lots of family and stuff around. Tensions can rise, but try and be patient, try and be the good one who keeps it chill. It is always the best way to be. Other than that, guys, not much else to say. For anyone, by the way, who doesn't actually celebrate Christmas, still, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. All that. If you celebrate something else, whatever it is, have a fantastic time doing that. And other than that, I will see you after the weekend. So, Magnificent, I'm pretty sure you're the only one who's still here. You were top of the leaderboard for this stream, by the way. So, congrats on that. And Magnificent says, Saber is the best. Well, can't argue with that too much. But you're the best too. You're all the best. Anyone who comments and hangs out with me on my streams, you guys are the best. And so am I. I'm fine with that too. Anyway, guys, take care. Merry Christmas. And until next time, take the high ground.